Hey y'all, Fierce Kittens here, and in this video we're going to discuss how to birth a bag. It's really fun and not nearly as scary as what you might think. Basically, it's the act of taking your lining and your exterior and putting them together and then birthing the bag out of a tiny hole. Sound familiar? But don't worry, it's not really a scary process, so put down your epidural and let's go. When you sew your lining, you will leave a hole open. This is usually in the side of the bag or the bottom of the bag. Make sure to backstitch on either end of the hole as you're sewing around the lining to reinforce it. Otherwise, it might rip when you go to birth the bag. Next, you'll take your lining wrong side out and your exterior right side out and place the exterior inside the lining. Sew around the open edge according to your pattern instructions, leaving the hole in the lining alone as you do this. Once you're finished sewing along the topmost edge, or whichever edge is on your bag, you're going to go to the bottom hole that you had left open in the lining and start to very gently pull out the exterior of the bag. I find that it helps to start to roll back the lining first to reveal more of the exterior of the bag than to grab and pull that bag out, because you can really harm your fabric if you do that. So using your thumbs, push through. And gently tug and push out your seams. Ta-da! And now you just have to sew the hole shut. So there's two different ways that you can close up the hole. The first is you can actually just tuck in the raw ends and use a slip stitch and hand sew it together so that you don't have any visible seams. But what I actually prefer to do, because again, this is the bottom of the bag. If anybody's staring at the bottom of the bag, you did a bad job on the exterior, okay? So I actually will tuck in the raw ends and clip them in place, and then just sew it. And I sew as closely to the edge as humanly possible, no more than 1/8 of an inch. And it's not gonna cause a problem, and it's not gonna look bad in your bag or anything, and it's actually a lot simpler. But if you really like hand sewing and torture, go for it. I mean, we are talking about birthing bags. Lay down your lining and sew the hole shut right up against the edge of the seam. I can't express this enough. Go right to the edge. Make sure to backstitch at the beginning and end of your stitching to reinforce it as well. So you've closed up the hole, so now all you need to do is push the lining to the inside. And mind you, I'm using waterproof canvas, so that's why it sounds so crunchy. And this looks rather violent, but really it isn't. I'm being quite gentle. You just push the lining to the inside, and now what you need to do is you need to top stitch. So follow your pattern's instructions. This happens to be the Sweet Pea by Blue Collar bags. So I will top stitch around the outer edge, but other bags may have different directions, so follow those. But in general, that's how you birth a bag. You just very gently roll back the lining and use your thumbs to push the exterior through that hole. There are other ways where you can do it where you don't have to leave the hole at the bottom of the bag and have it visible. You can actually go through the zipper pocket if you want. You just leave the bottom of the pocket unfinished and open and birth through that. But I tend to tell people don't do it unless the zipper pocket and the zipper quality is high, because otherwise you can bust the zipper, and at that stage it's kind of hard to fix the mistake. Trust me, I know. Oh, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe the video and watch my content on twitch.tv/fiercekittens, where I stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Thanks.